fell in love right by the ocean, made all our plans down on the sand.
Oh, okay. So there's like this ratchet old guy and his life is literally so embarrassing. He hasn't caught a fish in 84 days and he fishes for a living. That's disgusting. Fish are gooey. OMG, there was like this cute little old boy and he went fishing with a man every day, but his parents were like, OMG, this guy sucks. I don't want you to be that pathetic. I mean, that totally makes sense. I mean, he's awful at fishing and it's disgusting. But this little boy was so adorable that he kept helping this old man as much as he could. It was so cute. So this old man was finally like deuces and took his boat and way the hell in the middle of the ocean and finally caught this marlin that was big AF.
So finally, Santiago hooked this big fish. Big fish, I mean 18 feet big. So his hands were bleeding from the rope, but he still held on. So after 3 days, he had this harpoon, right? So he had to stab at the fish. And then he tied the fish to his boat and started to make his way back. But there was this one shark that decided he was so smart to come up. I would rate this shark as an F because he totally failed. He tried eating Santiago's fish that he just caught, and Santiago was like, hell no! So he took his harpoon and stabbed the shark right here. So the shark died. But there were other sharks that decided to come and eat Santiago's fish. Santiago stayed strong, but he could not fight off all the sharks. The shark ate all his fish. By the time he went back to shore, he went to his cottage and crashed. Santiago has the big skeleton still on shore, so people respect him. So the boy come back and they be partners again, and they live happily ever after.
Okay, so there's a lot of themes in this book. This book is basically a 60-page metaphor about a man and a fish, a big fish. Santiago goes out to fish and one of the themes is courage. He has courage because he's brave and he keeps chasing the fish even though he's bleeding. You never quit even if you're bleeding. Another one is dedication. Santiago is dedicated to the sea. He is like the sea and he never gives up on his job to catch the fish. Another big theme, like all the themes are big, like the fish is big. And another big theme is manning up, becoming a man like me. In the book, Santiago is a mentor to this kid and he teaches him to be a man and fish at sea. And at the same time, he shows that he's a man too. For 3 days, he chases the fish and eventually catches the fish. But even though the fish ends up being nothing but bones, he still remains brave and he doesn't complain. He is never defeated, even though he is destroyed. Another big theme is brotherhood. And I don't know why you're trembling over there, because it's colder in Russia. Yes, brotherhood. In the book, Santiago is referred to as the brother of the fish. And it is ironic because he's trying to kill the fish. And you don't kill brothers. So there's a lot of reasons for this, but one of the possible reasons why he's trying to kill the fish, and Hemingway is trying to convey the message that economy causes Santiago to kill his brother because he's the fisherman and the fish is the prey, despite them being brothers at sea.
Hey man, so like in Hemingway's book when he writes, he likes to use really simple sentences. He doesn't confuse me, man, which is good with me because solo leo en un tercer grado level, man. No puedo leer inglés muy bueno. So like when I'm reading Hemingway, he likes to refer to the sea as la mar because she's a woman, man. And like all the rest of the women, ella es una puta. He describes her on page 30 as, but the old man always thought of her as feminine and as something that gave her or without great favors, and if she did wild or wicked things, it was because she could not help them. The seas are women to him. But at the same time, through his simple sentences, he also describes that punta si as something with beauty, una mar bonita. Hemingway describes it on page 29. He looks at the nature and the old man says, "Why did they make the birds so delicate and fine as those sea swallows when the ocean can be so cruel? She is kind and very beautiful, but she can be so cruel and come so suddenly, and such birds that fly, dipping and hunting with their small sad voices, are made too delicate for the sea." The old man loves nature, but when it comes to the cruel sea that abuses him and those around it, he's like, "No mames way, man, no te quiero hablar no más." Alright, now if you know anything about nuestro hermano Ernest Hemingway, he loved nature. He was always traveling, fishing, and hunting, and he really expressed his love for nature in the views of this old man. The old man says, "The iridescent bubbles were beautiful, but they were the falsest thing in the sea, and the old man loved to see the big sea turtles eating them." The old man loved to see the turtles and eat them, and he loved to walk on the beach after a storm and hear them pop when he stepped on them with the horny soles of his feet. That's on page 36. The old man also, as this crazy Russian bastard mentioned, that the old man loves the fish. Even though he has to kill it, the fish is his hermano, and su corazón is su alma, man. While he's fishing the fish, he says, "I love you and respect you very much, but I will kill you dead before this day ends." That's sad, man. Estoy triste, hombre. And additionally to describing and expressing his love for nature, Hemingway also gives us some life tips. One of them is that never live life alone. Always have a familia. When the old man's out on the boat alone, fighting with his fish, he talks out loud to himself. And at least 10 times he says, "I wish the little boy were here. I wish he were here helping me." Because the man needs a familia, as we all do.